Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Penguin Academy game analysis for Team England's virtual Grand Tour. It is the last game of round three, I believe. Trying to think back. Yes, last game of round three. Representing Team England, we have Joe Manji and his Undead. And representing Tactics and Theatrics, we have Baron Greenback and his Undead, a boring Undead mirror. Uh, Hopefully, something interesting will occur that we can analyze. And in the background, if she speaks up, will be a wild rogue. Hello, rogue.
Hello.
Let's see if they got a mirror team for that'll be the first thing that's interesting, and then we'll do the setups, laughing at them because there's no way they're going to set up properly, right? Well, he decided to do a lot of stuff, and in the end, he drew the female reproductive system. I'm sorry, that's the first thing I saw. That's absolutely the female reproductive system, right?
Or the Olympic torch.
There was a death. The ghouls are ovaries. Okay, well, I mean, I like sure. I don't really understand why you just give up easy two dice on the ghoul. Not even two dice, right? Because you can blitz from the outside backwards. Four dice on your ghouls does not seem great to start with. I've forgotten who's who as well. I'll be honest with you. Let me try and work this out. Boogie Beans. Oh, so this is Joe Manji's setup. Joe Manji is the one who's decided to teach like sex education via Blood Bowl. Amazing. I hate it, by the way. I don't. There's no reason to give these ghouls to get four dice on the ghouls straight off the bat. So that's the obvious blitz, and you blitz from the outside up, and then you block down. You get four dice on a one of the ghouls. Pretty shit. No idea why. Um, just doesn't do anything. It doesn't. No one can gonna care about like the fact that because you can just block diagonally, so you don't have to follow.
What if the mummies were swapped with the ghouls? Would it be
Well,
okay, at
uh,
least?
no, because then you're giving up an easy two dice on your mummy. What you really want is boxes. Undead usually make boxes with the mummy where the ghoul is, and then the ghoul where the mummy is, and then one of the whites there to make the little L-shaped corners. So you can't get two dice on the ghoul without giving up. You can't get two dice on the mummy without giving up blocks back. That's the biggest problem. And then you can use either the unskilled, probably the unskilled white and the wrestle to make the two L shapes, keep the mighty blow safe in the middle. And you just make boxes. You can also make offset boxes to pull the mummies out of position, which is sometimes something I do. Put the three zombies on one side because he's probably going to hit with his three mighty blow pieces, so the mummies will be over on one side. See if you get lucky and the kick goes to the other side. So we have got different teams here. You might notice there's definitely guard on a white here, which I actually like. But it does mean that he's got two unskilled ghouls. Weirdly, okay, I'm going to press pause a sec because annoyingly the blitz popped up before I got to complain that he hasn't done an anti-blitz setup. Um, he's also got a skeleton. They've both got a skeleton. One skeleton in reserve. I don't know what that's about. Someone's definitely gonna have to explain it to me. Skeletons are shit. Uh, sure. So yeah, no anti-blitz setup. Four again, no reason. Oh wait a minute, he's got two skeletons. Oh okay. Well, this obviously Baron Greenback is now worse than Jumanji because he has two skeletons. Skeletons are
he
rubbish.
he has a need for speed.
They're just worse. They stun easier. It's identical. It's identical dice to remove them from the pitch, but they stun easier. So like they're just objectively worse. Like the one movement from four to five does not make up the difference of constantly being stunned. Um, yeah. So this is not an anti-blitz setup. Luckily, the ball's gone in the middle, so it isn't going to matter. And it looks like he's moving to tag. You should probably just blitz the mighty blow here with your own mighty blow. But he could also just go for... Oh, no, he can't really because it's on the other side. Yeah, okay, because of the way that he set it up and the way that he set it up, you blitz the mighty blow with the mighty blow here. Or you don't. What do I know? Blitzing a mummy. So you can't re-roll this, so you've decided to 1 in 9 blitz. Why? Like, why do you think that you are that far down that you're running risk straight away? No reason for it. Like, it's an undead mirror, and you should fancy yourself as the better coach, right? You're on Team England, and this person isn't. So you should be playing more safe. You shouldn't be the one needing to think you take risks.
Well, it is practice, right? Maybe he's wanting to see about the positional gains he could get doing it.
It's easy practice, though. People keep like claiming it's one or the other, depending on which argument they need to make. I mean, most of the opponents are bad, which means it's not really practice. It's like they're not doing anything like to practice. The people are not doing like complicated one turns or anything like that to practice against real players. They're just playing in regular league games. Gets a power and an AV break, obviously, because because Blood Bowl doesn't give a shit about like pointlessly taking risks with your own mummy. Gets a full power on a ghoul and completely fine, obviously. What do you do here? I think you hit the middle one with the mummy, so you can 1 dice here. You could even make that a 2 dice by basing the white with the skeleton to make that a 2 dice to get you off the mummy, which I don't hate.
Could he 2-die with the zombie next to the mummy, and then have a 3-die with the mummy?
This is just a 1 dice.
He has the guard mummy and then the assist in the middle.
That's not an assist.
Oh, right.
Because he's standing.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe 1, 2. You could 1 dice the mummy at the end. Because if he gets a pow, you can follow. You put the skeleton on him and blitz with him. If you get the power, you can go through the now empty mummy square and come round, and then bring the wrestle round and bring this ghoul over, and you can 2 dice this mummy with the zombie. Leaves a route through to the ball, so you probably don't do that straight off the bat. But if I'm him, I'd probably just consolidate. Right? It's really annoying that you got blitzed on. I'd probably just play safe, stick a screen in. Stick someone over here so you've got a screen, and then just, care about the ball. That's what you should do. I mean, sure. I don't know why you do that instead of have it be a chevron behind the skeleton. And then we roll a 1 in 9 with the mummy before moving him. So this route here is just on. In fact, you could jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could be on the ball. But never mind. Doesn't follow. And then 1 dice pows to get him off that mummy. Amazing. And then we go for the pickup without having moved this wrestler for some reason. But it doesn't matter because he rolls another 6. And then red dice is the mummy. And no, he takes the double down. Oh my god! I love that the game punished him for, again, needless risk. Absolutely needless risk. You're not that much less off from being removed than the zombie, right? You're 1 armor more, and that's it. It's like 10%. Why would you take a 60-40 split there for no reason? Removes his own mummy like an absolute plum.
As a reminder to the crowd, Mighty Blow does not activate in that situation.
That is correct, yeah. And like the old rules, you are not mighty blowing that zombie. You are just both rolling straight armor rolls. So yeah, I mean, it's his own fault. Absolutely terrible. No reason to do that whatsoever. Just take the push. Gets his own removal. Okay, so at this point, you've swapped a mummy for a ghoul. You should know you're in the driver's seat and that you now have the advantage. So all you've got to do is play safe. You are now it's your turn, right? You are now, despite the coaching differential, which probably isn't that as much as like Baron Greenback thinks it is, because Team England players ain't that good. You've got to think I'm doing all right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit sloppy in the middle. It can be hard sometimes to make the right decisions there. See how he does.
It's a skill, right? To read the board, to realize whether or not you're up or down. You might just constantly have like a self-esteem problem and think that you're always going to be down because you're playing like the great Joe Manji or whatever. Like this right now, you should think of it weirdly like chess, right? They've lost a queen and you've lost a bishop. Like you're up, you're materially up. So what is the problem? Like you should just be playing safe and thinking about the turn 8 score, taking your safe blocks, making sure you don't give up blocks back. Because if you just trade blitzes here, and the dice hold for you, you just score on turn 8, and now you're playing for the draw / win.
The early commit to a sideline. I'm not sure about
So
that one.
here's the problem with this. Yeah, he's pushed forward too much. Here's the problem with this. He put the skeleton in the wrong square. If this is a push, he's pushing the mummy onto a skeleton. No reason for that to be the case. Pretty silly to like you if you plan your turn out in advance, you got to know if this is the blitz to not have someone blockable by the mummy. And oh look. Oof. And dub skulls. Is that, can you do anything there? Maybe? No, I don't think so. Shame though. There are lots of little possible chain pushes in there, but nothing you can activate without using the blitz, which kind of makes it a waste of time.
The ghoul on the right could come around and assist that block to make space. Oh, shoot, I thought the ball was on the wrestler.
No, the ball's on him, yeah. So you can make that a 2 dice block pretty easily, but you can't fill that square. You could block here and fill this square and then do something like with this. But you can only get to there. You can't chain again to get the mummy onto the ball. So yeah, I don't think I'd do anything clever here. I just take my, 1, 2, 3, 4 2 dice blocks that for some reason I've got.
Yeah, especially as a better coach, just wrap them up. The the early commit's gonna backfire.
Gets his POW. And gets a removal. And now we're looking at more equal teams again because you've given up too many blocks. Like, why are you giving up all of those blocks? All you have to do is play safe, knock everyone away from you, allow him a blitz and only a blitz, and it's preferably on something you don't give a shit about. 3 2 dice blocks, like you gave up on your own, just by yourself. Like, you didn't have to do any of that. You didn't have any tagged players that couldn't do anything or whatever. You could easily have given up 1 blitz.
Might we see a potato?
God, I hope not.
Or sideline cage?
Oof, that was a rush. Blocked his own skeleton and then just presses end turn. Was that one stunned or something? Yeah, it was. No, wait, what? Yeah, it was stunned, okay. So, this stun gives you 1 player back for this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because you've only lost the mummy here, whereas the other team has 9 because they've lost 2. You get to freely hit the skeleton. Could you have done something with that? Again, I don't think so. Feels like he's hoping to power the skeleton so he can 2 dice a mummy with his mummy. Does power him, so there's that. Gets the stun because skeletons are shit. Oh no, he's blitzing the mighty blow with his mummy. Okay. Doesn't get the pow. Is he gonna follow? He does follow. Interesting. Don't like that at all. And then re-rolls the red dice and skulls it. That's not great. And removes his own thing. Okay, now you're back up again. Like, this is a dream, right? These 2 trade-offs are fine with the 2 zombies. You block forward, and then you blitz off the mummy with your mummy and trade out, and then these 3 all go to the right. And then you probably just dodge at the end.
See if he finds it, though. As Camry, that's often a tactic. I'll settle on the sideline, and then they overcommit. Then I could there's usually a weak spot to break right in the middle.
Well, he did use a reroll straight away. And somehow, yet again, ghouls are invulnerable. Oh my days. And then dub skulls into a 1 in 9. He rolled 4 2-dice blocks. 2 of them were 1 in 9s and 1 was a dub skull. Jesus. Well, that was a turn.
That's why Blood Bowl's a fair and balanced game.
He did stun the other mummy, and the ball is sort of safe. No, the ball isn't safe because this is wrestle, so you can take the double down there and you can come around and go for the sack. So the ball isn't safe. There wasn't a lot he could do there other than that. Red dice were the same shitty options. He could have moved the ball like out of range first, like just back out because it's really early. But it's really annoying to do that on turn 3, to go back here on turn 4 and then back here on turn 5. So I don't hate it. Like, 1 in 81's unlucky in this scenario where everyone's tagged up and you don't have a lot of choices. I think that was okay, and it was just bad luck. Oh, or that was bad luck, where you roll a 1 in 81 and your opponent immediately full pows a blodger. Doesn't kill him, at least. Now you're getting 2 dice. He's got 2 rerolls and he doesn't reroll that. Okay.
I guess he feels he's in good command.
He
That he
shouldn't.
can let it go.
Like, he absolutely shouldn't. There's no... Did stun his opponent, which is kind of obnoxious.
Middle is still kind of weak, but
I
he
don't
doesn't have
like
3
I don't like
players.
standing up this wrestler at all. Well, okay, takes a 1 in 9, which I don't think he needed to take there. Wait, and doesn't follow? Oh, I don't know what he's doing. This doesn't seem good at all. Well, okay. No, at this point, you probably do potato. Like, back this way. And the wrestler's up there now, so you're... Like, they're looking at having to dodge and full pow. Both ghouls have been used. I don't like this at all. And didn't dodge. Just blitzed and didn't dodge. What are you doing? You're just standing... Like, they can just reach you. You... Are you just fine with this? Didn't dodge, but does do a blockless 1 dice next to all of these zombies. Jesus. Okay. Nah, it doesn't interest me, can't. Not going for the ball, okay. Full power in the blodger again. 1 in 9 in the dodge.
The safety that deep seems a bit
It's a little bit
not good.
No, it's a bit unnecessary. But he is still gonna have to wait. Does he? He doesn't have to 1 in 9. This is a 2 dice block, isn't it? Definitely a 2 dice block, right? So he can 2 dice block. So this guy can just come round. He has to come round. He could come back to the middle, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could come back to the middle. Rather than being exposed out there, come back to your own players. This is a 2 dice block. Hopefully you get a POW. This gives you all of these players to work with then, including the wrestle ghoul.
Yeah, I like going back to the middle just because you have no rerolls, so you could fail at any moment.
So you could come back and stand next to this mummy, take this 2 dice block, free in this mummy who can go there, and you just have like the eye cage. Because the opponent's only guard is the mummy you're punching right now. Gets the POW. Frees up the other one. You got to come back to this. Okay, we are going to do this, I think. Please move the ball. Please move the ball. He is going to eye cage. Should have done this. Oh, he's regular caging. Okay.
And hoping the mummy holds tall.
They absolutely should have eye caged there between the 2 guards. Gets a full POW though, so what do I know? Not a stun. Should follow and base him. No, not base him. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that was terrible. Shouldn't never do. Why? Why are you doing that? Now you just freed up a zombie. Who immediately gets to be annoying.
He did secure a cage, but now the envelope will close.
Yeah, like honestly, I'd have been down one. I'd have eaten it, and used the one, just blitzed him with one, so you don't need the two cage corners, and someone else can come forward. Like you could have claimed some of this space in front of the eye cage. This looks like he's going to rush blitz off the ground. Hey, look, both those zombies are in the way now. Your shitty one dice. Failed to rush. Rerolled it, but got the POW.
Now the driver lies on a 1 and 9.
More than one. Gets his POW. Okay, gets one part of the screen in. Makes that dodge. Went to the wrong square. What? Why would you go there? Never mind. I have no idea what that square is doing. The answer's nothing. What a surprise. Just gets immediately two diced because... And gets full POW'd because he hasn't failed a full POW yet. And he gets stunned. Why wasn't that guy protecting that obvious sack on the ball? Bizarre. So no score. Went from being easy favourite to completely balls in it up over and over again.
Well, at least he saved a little face by not really giving the score.
Wait, what's happening there? Why are we doing a rush blitz? What? You have the skeleton! That's the assist, obviously, the zombie. And then you blitz with the skeleton. He's trying to... Okay. This guy needs to rush no matter where he blitzes from. This guy could have just blitzed off the ball. In fact, he could have blitzed straight down, and if you got a POW, you remove two tackle zones from the ball.
I think he was going for the scatter.
Yeah, he was. But like, no. You have to roll dice to get the scatter, and then it's still a 50-50 after that. Pointless. It's really annoying to do like mirrors like this where they just smash into each other and play like, kids' toy soldiers. Because there's no analysis of it, because it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess.
Yeah, I think in pretty much every game I've played, I despise mirror matches.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a bash mirror match. It doesn't have to be specifically undead v undead. It's just a mess of everyone just standing next to each other and rolling blocks. Because nobody seems to understand that's not how you play bash. Like, you don't just smash into each other and just all trade blocks and hope you roll better than your opponent. Okay, so what have we got? He has his full team. Oh, they both have their full team. Okay, no, everyone came back from KO. Every
So
single
to
person.
recap, you said it's Baron who's red?
The guy on offense then was Baron Greenback, yeah.
Yeah. He made the rookie mistakes. Like I did it back in the day where the sideline looks open, there's space, let me go over there. Then once it gets closed down, just everything from there is a panic button.
It's just fighting, then. It's just everyone rolling two dice blocks. You like once he'd removed the mummy, what you should be doing is trading blitzes, and that's it. No basing up, no nothing. If your opponent chooses to base up, you can then punish it. Like you shouldn't be slamming in and trying to base up. You have the advantage. That's how that goes wrong. You have so many and that is exactly what went wrong. You have so many 1 in 9 blocks you have to take during in those things that it can fuck you up at any given moment. People play like things don't go wrong. You would reduce the amount of shit that could go wrong. What are these setups? They are wild. Like look at the outside wings of Boundary Mac. Exposed, skillless ghouls. That's
I guess he thinks dodge is better than
50,
just putting
55%
something else.
knockdown with Mighty Blow on Armor 7, and it's just standing there, like offer it up as a free blitz. Absolutely stupid. And that's the anti-blitz setup. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. People watching this literally sick of me saying it by now. Like, if you get blitzed on there and the ball is anywhere from the halfway line up, I mean, that's bad enough, right? You can blitz through him and have two ghouls down on the ball straight away. Like, and that's not even a good kick for the red team. Like, what the fuck is the point of this setup? What are these two doing? Nothing. Why are there two people back with the ball? Nothing. Doing nothing. No chevrons like to stop the thing. Nobody cares that blitzes can happen. Like it's bad play. There's no special like tabletop like thing that I'm missing. Nothing to do with risk analysis or whatever. It's just people who haven't kept up with Blood Bowl. This is like the kind of setup you'd see like 10 years ago. It's just people who are bad. This is bad. It's not even fucking symmetrical, by the way, just to annoy me. Look at those two.
Like I understand like trying to hedge for more blocks, but like yeah, like why
They're
is it
not.
two people to receive the ball?
Yeah, so heavy line like this. Like, okay, you want to think the risk analysis is I need to get a removal or something, so we're going heavy line. But there are 5 players to still protect the sidelines, and they're not.
Because that's like an elf thing when you two turn. You want the relay there if you could afford it. But like
Yeah, 2-turn is fine,
you're
right? 2-turn, you can't put a full blitz defense in if you need the quick score. It's just not possible. Like, because you have to have a bunch of players on one side to help, so you have like minimal one person over here or something. That's fine. But these turn ones are just ridiculous. And again, this is not how you defend the ball for a 1-in-9 pickup. Like, we've gone over this as well. You don't stand next to the ball. If you 1-in-9 the pickup, you would just give in 2 bounces. You go here and here. That's how you defend that ball. And then he stands there, and this comes over to there, and you've double screened the ball, and you can fail the pickup all day.
or they could just double screen the sideline.
You could column here and column here. Either way, you can double screen the ball so nobody can get to it. This is useless. It's not useless, but you know what I mean. It's bad.
Yeah, and now a dropped ball forward can now go to the sideline.
Yes, it can go through.
Hell,
It can go through him or through him and be in any of these squares, which are not going to be protected. There are 2 skeletons on the other undead team. And this makes it all worse, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy can only come back 1 square. This pickup is not going to be protected. Oh, thank you, Aaron. You seem like a real person. I've never seen a more real person in my life. Jim, meet Aaron, the very real person.
Like all I can think is Jumanji was planning on if that blitz was dub skulls and he accepted it. Cause yeah,
Right. So let's talk about this, right? This ghoul comes over here, fails the pickup, doesn't re-roll it, bounces through the wrestler, lands in one of these three squares. The only thing protecting the ball from going to get picked up and brought back is this zombie who just gets two dice by a mummy immediately. And then, look, it's not even a screen, these two. They're in the wrong squares, so you just come through here, pick up the ball, come back, hand it off to someone, and it's now your drive again. Doesn't happen because Blood Bowl can suck a dick. Should have happened, so we could all go see. But shouldn't ever be on, right? This is the percentages that I was talking about like last night with Jim. Like in an individual game, that's unlikely to happen, right? It's 66% to pick up that ball, so it's more likely, twice as likely to pick up the ball and drop it in an individual game. But if you're doing that every game, if you're making those mistakes every game, over 100 games, like you will lose games because of doing that. Games that I won't lose. And they don't care because they don't play any format that is over 100 games. They don't care about their win rate. They don't care that, like, you know, whether or not they're the best player. They care that they're good enough that they can win these one-off games. And it just makes watching them a more miserable experience because it just means they're not as good at Blood Bowl. Nice pushes, nerd. Wait a minute. All right, knuckle dusters. I was like, where the fuck did Mighty Blow come from? Yes. Okay. Oh, Jim, you should go back to the start of this VOD and check out the mighty. Actually, I'll just show you now. What are we on? We're about to start turn 2. Watch the setup. Tell me what you see for Joe Manji's setup at the start of turn 1. I want to see if you see the same thing as I do. Have you ever seen this shape anyway? Like on a doctor's wall or in a book at school? Why is Joe Manji trying to like name the female reproductive area? I wonder what Bonehead would call it. Like that is 100% the female reproductive. What was it called? System, female reproductive system. The ghouls are definitely ovaries. I've seen this ship like a million times. It makes it sound like I do weird things over that ship, but I mean, he does have a wrestle vagina, so that's pretty good.
I think Bonehead would call it the summoning circle.
So yeah, I don't, this is his setup. I've no idea why. No idea why this setup is a thing. It's terrible, obviously. Anyway, despite being hilariously the shape of the female reproductive system, just giving up your ghouls to get 4 diced is not a great idea in the first place, or 6 diced, or 8 dice, depending on like how incredible your opponent wants to do it.
Something we didn't mention with that formation and those ghouls exposed, he didn't. Uh, Jumanji didn't. Not Jumanji. Baron didn't set up for
Quick snap.
yeah, quick snap.
Yeah, he didn't know. I mean, he set up terribly regardless, which is something you expect from everyone in tabletop, apparently. Everyone's just bad. We just have to explain why they're bad or how they're bad.
It's an aggressive post for the blitzer.
Yeah, I assume he's just blitzing the mummy again. They're just both like 2 dice mummy blitzing each other every turn. Again, this must be one of those like risk profile things I don't understand. Can't 2 dice a zombie or a ghoul or anything. Just constantly 2 dice the other guy's mummy with your mummy. It's just every turn. That's just what they do. Look. Oh wait, no, he's not doing this time because he has to do this. If that's a power, we can now 2 dice his mummy without a mummy. Oh wait, what? Dude, why are you doing that? You just set that up so you could 2 dice his mummy with your mighty blow, and you're blitzing a wrestle ghoul. What are you doing, man?
He wants that mummy to roll a 181 in skulls again.
That is just ridiculous. Oh, what a surprise! And now your mummies are getting punched. Now he can mighty blow both of your mummies. That's nice. That seems like what you want to happen. Of course, it's pushes.
And the follow, of
And
course.
pushes. There we go. Amazing. Pushes and pushes.
And that one doesn't follow. Okay.
0 punish. Yeah, that one can't follow because then he's giving the 2 blocks back the same. I swear to God, I've said before, this is literally what happened the last time I watched Joe Manji play. It's like when 2 little kids play toy soldiers and they just pick up 2 like action figures and just smash them against each other. That's all it is. Just every turn they just mummy blitzing the other mummies. It's fucking bizarre. Like I feel like I could teach a chimp to do this kind of level of Blood Bowl.
Well, another sideline commit, but not overly committed like
He hasn't got any
Barrett
removals
was.
after the LOS, so he's still got 10 undead in front of him. Like, this is still looking very draw-like. He just has to not, like, fail what he's doing here. Like, he's probably just going to blitz the fucking other mummy off the floor again.
If he wanted to work the sideline 2 turns ago, he had a great opportunity, but then did what he did.
Oh, he just stood him up. I take it back. The mummies have just decided they're just going to eat more blocks from the other mummies. So who the fuck is the blitz then? This one? Maybe this white. Yeah, he's going to mighty blow that white. Oh, wait, no, he can mighty blow that mummy. He's put all the guards in. He can just mighty blow that mummy right there. Nope, he's mighty blowing the white, because he is.
What does that
I, I
attack
don't
angle
I don't
do?
know why he did it from that angle. I think he thought that was a chain. There was no reason to come around the side there. I, I don't know. I think he genuinely thought that was a chain of some kind. And obviously it's not.
I mean, I've done that, but on tabletop where it's a lot harder
And then he
to
just stayed there. He didn't
realize.
retreat back one. Just stayed there. Okay. Retreating back one basically means that you probably can get away with not covering behind him, because if you even if you attack with, you need a full power to get past him, right? Even if you wrestle, everyone's dodging through after that. That's not happening. So, oh wait, no, this can be a block, and then this can be a block. I take it back. You don't have to dodge through because he didn't blitz the mummy. He blitzed this guy. Ugh, should have blitzed the mummy, obviously. Oh, we're going back to the middle down here. This is going to end up with a like potato or something again, isn't it? This is the problem with this exact strategy, where if all your blitzes are just trying to hit the other guy's mummies, you're not claiming any space, you're not blitzing for position, and you're still stuck on the halfway line on your own turn 5.
Yeah, I've been put in this position before, but you know, keywords put in the position. I
Yeah,
didn't choose to be.
just be at the halfway line constantly.
Yeah.
Jumanji has had the better dice, but that's because he's on Team England. Apparently, they just get the better dice. That's just a rule. Okay, so if we stand that ghoul up, stand this mummy up, and stand this white up. That's 2 dice here. But the problem is you're leaving all of your guards over here, which kind of sucks. But that does give you the 2 dice on this mummy. These ones can go over. The wrestle should probably go there. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wrestle can probably come over there. You got to get players over this side, obviously, because he's threatening the side switch, and you've left all of your players on this side. So maybe you blitz the mummy to get all of your ghouls back central and towards the left, because he's kind of picked the left now.
Yeah, definitely mummy blitz.
Okay, so at least you put him in the right place. So is he going to red dice the mummy? I think it's probably better play than trying to 2 dice him. Well, 1 dice him. I think red dice in the mummy's a better play. Pushing the mummy off. so that you can't get past these three players so easily is probably the better play. So he one dices him instead. It's not the right play. Wait, are we side switching again? Well, what we are doing is a random shit blockless block in the middle of a turn. Top quality Blood Bowl in again. That doesn't do anything. It doesn't open a hole. It doesn't create anything that you're going to do. You can't blitz the mummy when you get rid of him. Like, that does nothing. That's just a shit blockless block in the middle of a turn. And it's burned a reroll already. Was a 1 in 9 away from almost certainly drawing 0-0.
And he does the blitz anyway. Like, do the
Yeah.
blitz first.
Yeah, it was shit. I think you have to go up. You're not in scoring range here. I think you've got the other screen to come up here. I think you come up and into the scoring range. If you end up giving them a 2-turn against a full team, that's still really bad for them, and you guarantee that you at least draw. Like, I don't like staying out of scoring range here. If this is a POW, then they just screen in front of you, and you're gonna have to try and get through again. Okay. I mean, this is the obvious blitz. So you probably bring this ghoul around to the top, and you blitz with this white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you blitz with this white. Hopefully you get a POW. It's only 30% though. You need to dodge then with the wrestle to go behind. So you've got the screen there. If you get a POW, you've got a strong screen coming in on the left. This is a 2 dice block that frees up this ghoul, and this one's going to have to dodge. This is a 2 dice block that frees up both of these, and then you've got like an incredible screen. So he needs a POW here. Doesn't need a POW here. Just a push is fine, and then just needs to not 1 in 9 there. POWs on both the mummy blocks would be amazing.
Would you consider blitzing from the bottom up so you get closer to that line right there?
No, I push him back behind my screen. Like, you've got to get this screen in, and then probably like here and here. No POW. Wait, was that 6? I think it was 6. No, wait, 4, 5. Yeah, it was 6. Yeah,
For
it
the
was
hit.
6. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fine then, not to do the rush. It's fine. It's a bit annoying that you're there and not one back or one over or whatever. I don't think you can afford to do the rush there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now he could go there because the ball is not in scoring range. So he could just create the triangle. So you get the thing, but you can't really get the ball around. But I'd be probably wanting to get behind with this wrestler. So this one then is protecting the diagonal instead.
He also needs bodies to stop the middle play.
That's bad. That's the fact that he doesn't roll POWs is pretty bad. His dice have sucked, in my opinion. I can check afterwards to see if my opinion works, but I believe his dice have sucked. See, if you're going to do that, Like this one would have been better off over here, right? Protecting the diagonal.
Yeah.
Uses a reroll and protects the diagonal that way. It's not protected well enough. Look, the shape is not right. So if this is a block and gets down there, you block him out of the way, and then everyone just goes through here. The shape is just not correct. Or you could just watch him 1 in 81 and you get a free draw. That's nice. I mean, to be fair, that's exactly what
Yeah.
happened to Baron in the first half. So, and with all of these
Fair
mummy
balance.
blocks, had to happen at some point. There we go, free draw
I mean,
he's
it
not in scoring
didn't.
range, by the way, because that's what I'm saying. Like he should have been up already in scoring range, so it wouldn't be a guaranteed draw.
Well, he still got the wrestler.
Um, 12, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He can't score. 18, he can score. 6, 7, 8, 9. He can actually cut through this gate dodge as well. So all of these three can score, right? So you need to both protect from that and probably get your own scoring threat in if you want to win. You've got enough players to do that. I like that. That was nice. Pushes back one of the scoring threats out of range. First thing he's done that wasn't shit. Does give up his own chance of winning though, so he's all in on the draw now. All right, let's take a second. So you've only got 2 scoring threats, and they're both there, which is pretty awful. I think you got to start with. Oh, you can make this not a red dice. You can make this a 1 dice, or doing a rush. No, you might as well make it a 1 dice if you're going to do a rush, and make it a 2 dice. So you can get rid of this mummy, so you can come round. Then you could put the skeleton in that square. Ugh, no, blitzing from the top doesn't work because of these two. Ooh, that sucks as well, doesn't it? The goal is to get one of these into the end zone and throw him a pass. Right, that's the goal. Can't give him the ball here. So I guess maybe 12, 11, 10, 9. Yeah, you've got to go straight. Oh, so bad.
Yeah, 5, 4, 3 on the way.
Don't think there's a way you can do any kind of chaining is the problem. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're just rolling some rough dice here. I can't see anything particularly clever with like chain pushing. Put this ghoul there. 1 dice the guard out of the way. Put the skeleton there. And then block him off. And then blitz through. I mean, you still get a full power. You're making awful dodges after that, aren't you? So maybe you don't blitz like that. Maybe you blitz this guy off with the rush with the mummy. But then you're doing a 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus. Jesus, nothing's good here. And it's his own fault for not putting the ball up with the ghouls up here. much easier to get out of it at that point, isn't it? You could do some kind of like knock someone down, jump play. You got lateral movement, so you can go around things. The fact that you're back down out of scoring range is what's fucked him, and we called it at the time, so it's not even like a Monday night quarterback situation. Oh, okay. Wait. He's red dice in that? I think he's red dice in that. Okay, I actually maybe don't hate that. If he's red dice in there, he can chain. Oh, he's just chaining that way though, and like that goes up. Then you're not chaining the guard down to get surfed or anything to create space. You're just chaining this guy off. Hmm. It might be okay as in it, like percentage wise. That's what we were looking for before, wasn't it? The chain from above.
Yeah, like the percentages are also low. We're at a
Yeah,
point where like I don't think it matters that
pretty
much.
much. Yeah. Failed the rush. Failed the rush, and then couldn't afford to dodge out. We can jump. That's a 5+. 5-5-4 now we're on, but we've got to give him the ball. So you got to wrestle. Red
Wait,
dice,
why would he
red.
want to jump?
He has to go forward. He can't go laterally or anything. And he's filled all the squares around him.
Oh, I looked at the wrong one. Yeah, I was looking at the one that moved.
So we can move this guy forward and wrestle the guard. One dice wrestle the guard to take a tackle zone off him. Then do the 4+ handoff. Then 5-5-4-3-2-2.
It either works or it doesn't. Fitty fitty.
Oh no, we don't. That's not what we do. We don't just do an immediate 5+ handoff. That seems stupid. Guess you just gave up at that point.
Well, we could throw.
Well, yeah. Why are you not throwing a pass? You just tried the handoff. Just throw the pass. Just not even bothering, man. Come on. Like he can't score. This is free. Imagine again. Imagine if you're watching your teammate. He's not even bothering to try. Like, okay, it's a 2% score. We've all scored 2% touchdowns. Like, who cares that it's shitty odds? It's free. Roll the dice.
Yeah.
Why are we even
Those
care?
2% plays are where like Blood Bowl is his most exciting.
Yeah, like
He's
every now
not
and
even
again it
trying it.
works. Every now and again it works, and you get to win a game. And like I said, that makes the difference, right? If you try that 100 times, you score twice, you win a game twice that you wouldn't have won, and those make a difference to your win rate. And all those little percentages are where like levels of skill come from. Why are we even taking these blocks? Who cares about any of this? Good foul, man. You're the best. Yeah, so that was it. That was like the literal hungry hippos game. Just two people rolling some dice and hoping they roll better than the other person. There was virtually no skill on display there.
The score reflects the game well.
He really does, yeah. It was worthless. Oh man, pointless would have been a better pun. Damn it.
I teed you up, and
Yeah.
you whiffed.
Well, there we go. Sorry, that was the game you got to watch, Rogue. What I said, it's like, and it's so let's talk about the start, right? When you start this game, if you're Baron Greenback in a mirror match like this, probably should be thinking you're the dog, right? He'd probably be wrong, but based on the fact that it's the mighty Joe Manji for Team England, with all sarcasm implied, he probably thinks he's the dog, right? So I don't blame him for doing like, mummy blitzes or whatever on the other mummy, trying to get like a foot up on what he thinks is much better opponent. Um, but like turn 2 or 3 or something, he actually went to mummy up. And then you've got to have the skill to like reassess on the fly whether now you're the dog or the favorite, right? And at that point, he was the favorite. Like he could easily score on turn 8 at that point, and so you change your game plan. You don't keep mummy blitzing your opponent's mummy. That is now Joe Manji's like thing, although he was doing it anyway because that's just what apparently these lower level players do. Um, so he should have stood off, right? He shouldn't be giving up 4 blocks a turn because that's just like throw into the dice gods and seeing what happens. You are the favorite. You want to be stable and play safe, because if you are the favorite, that means the likely result is in your favor, and the thing that causes the likely result to happen is the least RNG. Like that's just how you should think about Blood Bowl. If you start a game and you're the likely winner, you want the least RNG possible in that game.
Speaking from my side, from Kemri, which are similar-ish, like the times you do base, you just want to make sure that you're overloading like alignment and it's all
Oh,
guard.
absolutely, yeah. Bullying is fine, but like in an undead mirror, there was no bullying going on there. They were both just smashing into each other, and both of them were taking 3 or 4 blocks a turn. Like it was
Well,
just pointless.
there were opportunities to like do those type of moves, but they instead just mummy bashing.
Yeah, just smash their mummies into each other like fucking toy soldiers. So yeah, that's what you do, right? Once he went a mummy up, he wants to give up the least blocks possible. He wants to trade mighty blow blitzes once a turn and claim some space every possible chance that he gets. And much like in the second half, where Joe Manji could have done that, right? Those ghouls could have been 4 squares further up the pitch. They could have been based or something, sure. Like, because, he would have smashed in on the cage. But it meant that he had options that he didn't have on turn 8. Like turn 7, like, yeah, it's unlucky to roll a 1 in 81, but he had no option other than to make that blockless block because his players were so far back on turn 7. He had to create space with a blockless block because he'd stayed back. He hadn't claimed the space earlier. And that's what we were talking about, running back and 4 on the halfway line. Turn 5, turn 7, turn 6, he moved to like rank 11 outside of scoring range. Like, that's just stupid when he could have claimed the space. And then if you have to roll some dice and you score on turn 7 and give up a 2-turn, you are guaranteed a draw with a good chance of a win. Because he hadn't taken any damage, right? It's really hard to 2-turn against 11 fucking undead. So just bad drive strategy, like bad choices constantly, just smashing mummies into each other, like hoping that one of them rolls 9s, like just pointless. Anyway, that's the last match in that. Next round, before we end this VOD, next round is, so the next one's in the long playlist that we've got, is hopefully going to be better. I'm saying that with like wincing because I'm very sorry, but like Team Scotland's not going to be that much better, if at all. And then half of Team Germany's probably not going to be that much better. But at least half of Team Germany are the same level of play as like, some of the pub team were this time round. So we will see some good players playing into Team England. Not a great deal, but more than, the 1 per round or something we've had so far. we'll talk about that when we start the next Penguin Academy for the next round. So the next ones coming up after this are Team England playing Team Scotland and Team England playing Team Germany. So we'll see you then. Say goodbye, Rogue.
Bye, all.
You didn't even say goodbye, Rogue. Look, I set you up for
Damn it.
that.